Welcome back, Hordlings, to more Baldur's Gate.
Flesh here, enough to make me whole again.
Haltereth, revere thy nature!
I am Icarid, greatest of warriors. I wish to live and taste blood once more. Yours shall be the first in 100 years.
Bring it, mofo. Getting that electrical damage, sir. +1 flail. Aghanazar's Scorcher. Ulcaster School. All kinds of creepy runes around here. Ulcaster.
The best of schools.
Okay. Not really bothering to pull out my ring of +1 protection at this point.
Let's do this.
Of course, he disappeared.
a storehouse of arcane knowledge. Lost, all lost, a common dungeon now. All for knowledge did we strive, nothing left. Hope would return with the retrieval of the simplest tomes. Beneath the rubble, on the lowest floors, return hope. History is so important. We shall live again someday.
Alright, so Peckerwood wants a book. Let's go get him one.
Welcome to Ulcaster Dungeon.
Alright, definitely need to keep our wits about us. Still need about 3,000 experience for our levels. And we got some shite to sell. Crap. I love being able to hide in the shadows when I'm not in front of them. That's so sweet. Problem is, you can't look for traps and hide. That looks like a trap to me. Ooh, want us some wang. Awesome. Loving it, baby. Loving it. I'll just run and save and reload. talking
just
about?
like Nagasaki.
Found you. Nothing even over here. You so stupid. Where there's one trap, there's more traps. That's not even worth picking up. Arrow of piercing, 2 arrows of... no. Crap. Ooh, there's a staff of fireballs. We're getting real tight on the inventory, folks. Real tight.
Tighter like a turtle.
Nasty vampiric wolf. We're 2,000 experience, though. Big pile of dead bodies. Oh, no way, he got messed up.
탁산 balls! Squishy peanuts!
Holy shit. We got a problem, Houston. Let's see, if I had to decide, the +1 dagger is probably worth the least. Need the book to give to the ghost. History of the Sisters of Light and Darkness. There was the birth of the world in the heavens. After Lord Ao created realm space, there was a period of timeless nothingness. A misty realm of shadows began before light and dark were separate entities. Within this dim chaos stalked 13 Lords of Shadow, the Shade of Ari. Whether they came from somewhere else or the Children of Shadow itself, none can say. Eventually this primordial essence coalesced into twin beautiful goddesses who were the yin and yang of each other. They were so close they thought of themselves as one being. The two-faced goddess created the heavenly bodies of the crystal sphere and together infused them with life to form Earth Mother, Shantae. Although Shantae since contracted her essence to encompass only Abir Toril, in the beginning she embodied all matter in realm space. This new universe was lit by the face of the silver-haired goddess, who called herself Saloon, and darkened by the welcoming tresses of the raven-haired goddess, Shar, but no heat or fire existed within. Shantae begged for warmth, so that she could nurture life and living creatures upon the planets that were her bodies and limbs, and the two sisters who were one became divided, as for the first time they were of two minds. Silvery Saloon contested with her dark sister over whether or not to bring further life to the worlds. During this great conflagration, the gods of war, disease, murder, and death, among others, were created from residues of the defied battle. At one point during the battle, Saloon seized the advantage and reached across time and space to the land of eternal fire. Fighting the pain of blaze which burned her sorely, she broke off a fragment of that ever-living flame and ignited one of the heavenly bodies so that it burned the sky and warmed Shantae. Incensed, Shar redoubled her attack on her injured twin and began to snuff out all light and heat throughout the crystal sphere. Again, Selûne gave of herself and tore the divine essence of magic from her body, flinging it desperately at her sister in defense of the life of the sphere. This essence entered Shar, ripped an equal portion of energy from her, and reformed behind her as a goddess of magic, now known as Mistra, but then as Mistril. Though Mistril was composed of light and dark magic, she favored her first mother, Selûne, initially, allowing the Silver Goddess to win an uneasy truce with her more powerful dark twin. Consumed by bitterness at her defeat, Shar vowed eternal revenge. The twin goddesses contested for the aeons of life struggled into existence of Toril and the other planets under Shantae's watchful gaze. Shar remained powerful but bitterly alone while Selûne waxed and waned in power, often drawing strength from her allied daughters and sons and like-minded immigrant deities. Over time, Shar grew strong, again aided by the Shidvari, who preferred night to blinding light and who stalked the realm seeking to melt light and dark into shadowy chaos once again. Shar's plot to reform the world after her own desires was undone when Azuth, the High One, formerly the greatest of all mortal spellcasters and now consort to Mistra, incarnate successor to Mistril, found a way to imprison the Shadvari in pocket-sized crystal sphere located beyond the edges of the world by creating the illusion of a realm of shadows. The Lord of Shadows were drawn to investigate, and before they discovered the trick, Azuth imprisoned the Shadvari into the Shadow Star, a key of shadows forged by Gond. The High Lord then hurled the key into the endless reaches of the cosmos, allowing life to flourish on in Shantae's loving hands. The end. I'm not going to be reading many books, but ones like that are super interesting and actually tell the history of the Forgotten Realms. I feel like it's just a necessity to spread that knowledge. You don't have to see Lo Wang. Didn't count because I wasn't behind him. Couldn't get behind him. Pretty sure that's all that's down here. Travel back that way. By the way, while we're in the mood of learning of the realms, let's talk about a little someone called Elminster. We've seen him twice now. Elminster was one of the first characters Ed Greenwood created for the Forgotten Realms. Information about him can be virtually found in all game products, but the Elminster series of novels by Greenwood is perhaps the most definitive source of information. The series includes Elminster, The Making of the Mage, Elminster and Myth Draenor, The Temptation of Elminster, Elminster in Hell, and Elminster's Daughter. She's kind of cute. Elminster appears as a gray-bearded man of weathered visage, gruff tone, alert, dancing eyes, nondescript attire, and a hawk-like nose. He is almost always smoking a meerschaum pipe, and is spouting vile, smelling blue or green smoke. Elminster is also a natural shapeshifter, and can appear in virtually any visage or gender. Elminster is a natural storyteller, normally witty, clever, and a very charming man. Oop. Let me unpause the game so we can actually get there. He can be imperious, grave, and terrible, and furthermore is a consummate actor. He rarely reveals the full extent of his true nature to anyone who is not an extremely close friend. Wonder if he was inspired by Gandalf at all. You think? As the end of Elminster's daughter, the information that Elminster has several daughters was made known. Besides Narnra Chalice, 2 others of Laspira of the War Wizards, and Doagar, Queen Philifari of Cormyr. He has no known wife, but retains contact with several previous lovers, including the goddess Mistra. Oh, Elminster be hitting them goddesses. Although after the time of troubles, his relationship with Mistra changed. When the goddess was slain and the sorceress Midnight rose to assume the mantle of the Lady of Mysteries. I read that. That was in the Waterdeep and Tantris novels, I believe. Old school. The Harpers, the other chosen of Mistra, especially the symbol, his paramour. Leoa, his scribe, the Knights of Mitranor are also his close friends and confidants, and 2 or 3 knights are always in Shadowdale in case it is in peril. Elminster interacts regularly with the other chosen of Mistra through a telepathic link. As well as once sharing a bed with the goddess herself, he is currently conducting a relationship with the symbol of the 7 sisters. When you're a badass wizard, you get all the bitches. Elminster has appeared in articles as a wise sage imparting knowledge to a fictional interviewer in numerous issues of Dragon magazine that were written by Ed Greenwood. He did a lot of the ecologies of different monsters, ecology of the ochre jelly, pages for mages, cloaked in magic. Anyways, if you haven't read the Making of a Mage or Elminster and Mitranor, Temptation of Elminster, Time of Troubles, the different books, Elminster in Hell, Elminster's Daughter, check them out. Great novels by Mr. Ed Greenwood. Speaking of ochre jelly, there's one now. And a mustard jelly.
Oh, Lo Wang no want mustard. Lo Wang want ketchup on his hot dog.
Oh, good old poison. I only have like one antidote. I don't want to use it. I think that's pretty much it. Let's give Casper back his book.
Lo Wang soap you good.
Knowledge returns with simple words on parchment to teach once more in a celestial class. I will prevent the same from happening someday.
1,000 experience and a level.
Ho ho ho, Lo Wang, level 5 mage, level 6 thief, level 6 fighter. Level up!
Another 3rd level spell. 25 more skill points. I think we're good on those. Let's do another 5. We're starting to find more and more traps, so... I like it. "90 hide in shadows, 70 move silent." That's just our base. The elf also gets huge bonuses to all these, which is why they're much higher than they normally look. "529 kills, 100% of the experience." That's important. I want to keep that as high as possible. A greater basilisk is the strongest thing. My favorite weapon is a bow and arrow. Cure light wounds is my favorite spell. No, I think blind probably is. I guess.
Time spent with myself. Oh, Lo Wang, lonely man. 111 days of jerking the turkey.
This is a long age past, long before Lo Wang came to Uzis and Charukins and stuff. And he was fighting Zilla. That happened decades, eons later in a different life. It was his 2nd reincarnation. This is his 1st reincarnation, back in the days of yore. Hey, shit sounded good when I was making it up. Spell Deflection. This spell is similar to the 6th level spell Deflection, which causes spells cast against the wizard to be absorbed and consumed. This spell affects a total of 4 spell levels, including spells cast from scrolls and innate spell abilities, but excludes the following. Area of effects are not centered directly upon the wizard, as well as the area effects that are stationary, like Cloud Kill and Stinking Butthole. As long as the spell is cast directly at the wizard, it will be absorbed. This spell will only affect up to 7th level spells, but if it tries to absorb a spell that goes over its limit, the spell will fail and the spell deflection will be cancelled. For example, if there is only 1 level left and the 3rd level spell is cast at the wizard, the spell will be absorbed while cancelling spell deflection. Well, that's good, actually. That's definitely good against mages. I don't want that anymore. 1d6 points of piercing, plus 46 of fire damage. It's a pretty good little spell, too. Let's take a flame arrow and a spell deflection. We also have protection from cold and fire. This will give me another 50%. Don't let me forget to do that Baragost deal. I'm going to keep 1 petrification. Let's get a sleep. Let's see. This isn't helping me anymore as far as armor class. The immunity to magic missile is good, so we'll hang on to 1 of them. I think I want to get... Let's see. 2, 4, 6. How many magic missiles can I shoot now? 3? Let's test out a magic missile and a grease. Alright, folks. That pretty much wraps it up for this. See you next episode. Thank you for watching Lo Wang and Baldur's Gate Soloness.